let's have a look at what the Australian's saying about that part of this developing story, which is the new social order. Let's have a look at the front page of the Oz. New social order, the story by Jeff Chambers, who's the federal political correspondent there. Three's a crowd. Gideon, put simply, tough new social restrictions will take effect tomorrow to fight the spread of COVID-19, with a limit imposed of only 2 people gathering in public spaces. Older citizens urged to stay at home and children banned from playgrounds. Look, I must say, from what I've seen in my local community, this is what most people are doing already.
They are doing it already. I think most Australians are being responsible. And look, I think there's been a lot of nitpicking going on, particularly by journalists on the left, saying, oh, you know, why can there be 10 people at a funeral and 5 people at a wedding and so on? And I don't think that is particularly necessary or particularly helpful. But I think
it's neither of those things, absolutely.
Well, the rapidly changing, though, nature of these advice and these restrictions, I think, is starting to get a little bit excessive. I think it's better that the restrictions were and have been rolled out slowly so people got used to them, as opposed to being a short, sharp shock. But when you start fiddling around on this granular level, especially nationally, applying everything, you know, the limits that apply everywhere from inner city Melbourne to the middle of rural communities where population is much more dispersed and COVID is less of a threat, I'm starting to think it's a little bit much. But hopefully what it means is, with the lower rate of infection, that this is the last ramping up of restrictions we're seeing. This is the last set of drastic measures that's announced, not least of all because I don't think the economy can take much more of it.
I don't know. I feel like a little bit of a contrarian where that's concerned. I hear your point, Scott Emerson. I think one of the things that I have observed over the last week is, and I think we've all observed the armchair experts, particularly cheap seats these armchair experts occupy, but the nature of this crisis is changing daily, and it is changing sometimes by the hour. And as the Prime Minister, I'm glad he said this tonight, as he rightly said, there's no playbook for it. Nobody can sit there and go, we did this on this date and we did this on this date. It is completely uncharted territory. It's probably the only justified use of the word unprecedented we've had in the last 12 months, to be honest. I'm with Gideon, though. I believe that, you know, it's hopeful that this is as tight as the screws need to be turned.
Yeah, you hope, Gemma, this is the last iteration of lockdown, and really, how far more could it go? We're talking about gatherings of no more than 2, except at workplaces. It's an extraordinary situation out there. I think you're right. When I was travelling around today, coming here even, and going to do some shopping a bit earlier for some food, there was hardly anyone around. Most people are doing the right thing. Look, there'll always be examples of people not doing the right things, but it's extraordinary to see the change, and most people are doing the right thing. Oh, look, I came in here to the Sky studio here in Brisbane, and as many people may know, that's in part of the Courier Mail newsroom. And now I've grown up in newsrooms over many years, and it's extraordinary to see at this time of night, they're still going to be buzzing normally, lots of people there doing things. And I was talking to the editor, Chris Jones, a couple of days ago, and he said, it's extraordinary. We've only got 4 editorial staff on the floor at the moment. Everyone else is working from their kitchen. And tonight, there's hardly anyone here. That's a dramatic change to workplaces, dramatic changes to communities. We are seeing the flattening of that curve. Hopefully, the changes are made and announced today are the final iteration. We're getting this under control. But as you say, Gemma, there's no playbook there. We're all doing the best we can. Scott Morrison is doing the best he can. It's not like he's trying not to do the best he can. He is taking the advice of Brendan Murphy. He is doing the best he can.